Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to my channel and Punched Out Thursday with Kathy, Krista, myself, and Dorothy. And today we will be featuring our punches. And those there that you see on the left-hand side are the ones that I'm going to be using. And I'm going to make an ostrich. You've seen the ostrich in the picture? Yeah. And, it's kind of like a caricature. By the time I get done with it, they may not really look like that animal per se, but yeah, it'll be a caricature version of it. And I am going to ink with my, that's that lemon one from the Distress Ink, and then of course the Rusty Hinge because that's my favorite. If I've got a chance to use it, I'm going to use it. I use that rustic heart there, and it's called rustic because it's tall and skinny. And I went ahead and punched it out, and then I took my 1/2 inch punch and took the top part of the heart off on both sides. Then I rounded the edges because I thought they were just a little bit too pointed, and of course now I'm inking it. And since it is a beak, I'm inking it in the rustic hinge. And see, I first took my ink pad thing right down there, my sponge on the lemon yellow one. Yeah. So I just kind of blended it in the best I could. And I'm going to go with it. Pretty soon, you won't even see it. Pretty soon, it will be gone. I've done it before. Maybe not this one, but I have done it before, not paying attention to what I'm doing. I took the 1 inch oval punch and I punched it out to kind of make cheeks. And then where it hung up above the beak where I didn't want it to hang up, I used that same 1/2 inch circle punch and punched them back out so that all I would have was the cheeks there on each side. Rather than trying to put two little pieces on each side, I did it that way. And I'm going to the head is a 1 inch punch, and I'm going to nestle the eyeballs right down in there. And here I'm using my 1/4 inch punch to make green eyes. If you look on the picture later, the eyes on the ostrich is blue, but I decided I wanted to go with the green for my ostrich's eyeballs. Those blue eyes kind of look funny. I know that's the right color, but they kind of look funny, and I thought, well, I'm going to go with the green instead. I did have scraps from matting my photo. And I did do the photo matting ahead of time and also my paper because I thought, well, this is Punched Out Thursday, and y'all have seen that stuff so many times before. This is my dragon fly punch. I'm going to use it for the feathers to stick up on the top of the ostrich's head. And I'm going to put more than usual. Sometimes I put 3, 4. This time I'm going to put quite a few, but it is going to be an odd number. I put them on there, 2 sets of wings on there, and then I thought, well, I need one in the middle, so I am going to punch one more out to put the one in the middle. And I am inking the part that's the actual bird, I'm inking in the lemon color, and then the part that was the beak I did with the rustic hinge, just to make it a little bit darker. But if you look at the one in the picture, it is not really any darker. It looks about the same. That bird is just all yellow up there. And his feathers, or her feathers, I don't know which one it is, are more gray, but I'm going to do white. I'm going to make it my way. It is a caricature after all. And I do have creative license. Here I punched out an oval, and then I pulled it up so you can see it higher. I'm barely punching a little piece over and over so that I can have eyelashes. I'm going to put 3 on each side. And I got ready to put them on, and I thought, that eye looks funny. And I realized I didn't have the eyelids on there. So I have my little 1/2 inch punch marked at the halfway mark so I can get them close to the same size. If I don't do that and punch like the half and the half, then if I try to cut it in half, they don't match. And if I don't have the marks there, one's bigger than the other. So if I have the marks, I can just line it up with the edge of the paper, and then they look pretty close to the same size. But I put the eyelids on there. I might have said eyelashes a while ago. who knows? I put the eyelids on there, and now I'm going to do the eyelashes, and I'm just going to tuck 3 in on each side, and it looks a lot better with the eyelids there. They should be going right along the edge of the eyelid on front, but it's kind of hard to do it that way, so I just put them on the side. Everybody gets the idea that let's call her the she, has long, pretty lashes. Although that one in the picture, well, she does have long lashes, it looks like. But yeah, and they were so funny. I mean, there was quite a few of them. It was one of those drive-through safari things. And they would just like come at you 90 to nothing. And they'd stick their heads all the way in there. If you had your cup too far over, it was that ostrich was going to come all the way in there. One time, even a buffalo had his head stuck all the way in there. I was not paying attention. And here it said, beware a buffalo, don't get out of the car. And here I was talking to my daughter, and she'd pulled up, and this one came over and stuck its head right in there. I felt its fur touch the side of my face, and I looked, and there it was. It backed up. I tried to take a picture. Well, I did get the very edge of it as it turned away, but yeah, it was kind of startling for it to be that close. But these ostriches, I mean, they just dig into those bowls, and that feed would be flying everywhere. We had it down in the windows, down in the edge of the seat, you name it, it was everywhere for weeks and weeks. I don't know how they got it everywhere so bad, but they did. And it was mostly the ostrich that did it. Here I was trying to guess where I wanted the head and how to tilt it. And I used the ATG gun instead of the liquid glue because I thought I might want to turn its head a little bit more. And here's where instead of gray, I'm using white. And I took both of my scallop punches and I layered them. And I am going to cut it in half and tuck it in there. And I am going to put some yellow on there, so it's not completely white. And then I'm going to tuck in some more on each side, so it looked like more than one layer of feathers. I thought about getting out my feather punches, well, not punches, dies, getting out my feather dies, but they're huge. And I was trying to picture them on there and just showing part of it. I think I'll just go with the scallops instead because it would probably be a whole lot easier. Oh, here, this is a branding strip, and it says Animal Safari, and this is Echo Park. And that Reptile Valley, African Plains, Monkey Junction, King of the Jungle, all of that was on I think a 3x4 card. And I fussy cut it out with the leaves that were down there at the bottom. And I decided I was going to add that animal safari on there because that's what we were on, was an animal safari. We went to see Jeffrey the giraffe because my daughter always wanted to feed a giraffe. And this was Mother's Day, so she was taking me. But I had mentioned it, and she thought I wanted to go. But I was going to take her. But yeah, it ended up being my Mother's Day present. And we got to eat at the most awesome Japanese restaurant while we were there. This was in Dyersburg, Tennessee, around that area. I think we ate in Dyersburg. It might have been outside of Dyersburg. But we had a lot of fun. There was so much laughing going on because those animals were so rowdy. If you ever get a chance to go and take kids, do it because they will have fun if they're not scared of them. I'm titling my page Free Food Maniac because they acted like maniacs sometimes. So I thought that'd be an apt name. Here I am. I thought, man, it just looks kind of plain on the outside. And so I did dot, dot, dash with my red zig pen. And while I was going around there, I thought, I never did put the nostrils on there. And the nostrils, I used that punch there. It's a corner punch, and it's got 3 corners you can punch on it. But I used the one with little teeny tiny hearts. I mean, they're just so tiny you can't even pick them up. And I put them up there for his nostrils, her nostrils. We decided it was a girl. I am also going to, I had fussy cut out these butterflies and I actually cut them for another layout. But since I was using this collection, I decided that I would go ahead and put them there in case I wanted to use them. And I did. So I am going to put 3 of them on there and then sequence, and then I'll be done with my layout. This layout did not take too long to make. The longest part was finding these pictures. I knew I had them printed out and I just could not remember where I put them. I have several containers of pictures. And yeah, I didn't want to print it out again because I've done that a couple of times lately and then ran across the picture. I am going to keep looking till I find these because I know they're printed out. The sequence that I used were Spiegel Mountain scraps, and I think it's the Watch Me Flip ones. I'm not 100% sure, but if y'all want to know for sure, just ask me in the comments below and I will look at it for you and see what they are. And that's it. That's my layout. But be sure and check the other gals out. I will leave links below for them. I'll know they'll do something great with their punches and it'll be fun to watch. I just love watching people make layouts. I haven't got to do it too much lately because I've had internet problems, but when I don't have internet problems, I am watching YouTube a lot. But that's it. If you leave a comment below, I will get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you who are, thank you so much. Yeah, there's my little cluster that I made with the other ostrich. That one was pink. And that's one of the reasons I put that butterfly up at the top. I thought I'll repeat that color. And then I noticed there was a couple of more similar colors in the little bowl. So yeah, I had to put more on there. But thank you all again for watching and have a happy scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.